And then this allows the, even Batman's able to, like, you know, lure the monster back to a place where they could fight him without it being like hugely. He's not. That's awesome. Yeah. So, like, you know, here's your first shot really of the Trinity, and I really was super like into the notion that the Trinity would like have Wonder Woman in the front, you know, because in a lot of ways, of the three of them, she has the most experience with this kind of fighting, this monster. You know, she's the only one who's really seen like full monster, you know, battles. I mean, yeah, Superman has fought Zod, but not like a creature like this, which is cool. But and you can see her confidence is pretty. I always like the idea that she kind of like, even though it's horrible and everything, you see that she kind of digs it in a weird way. Like, especially that there's a shot where she loses her shield and she looks back at Doomsday and there's this kind of look on her face that, like, you could tell that she is specifically made to, she loves this. She's more alive. Like that stuff, like it's coming up here. Oh. I remember, like, Damon and I were doing a lot of this choreography. We did some of this stuff, you know, in post. We did where we just kind of messed around on a mat and kind of figured out how these guys would be fighting, like Wonder Woman, you know, cutting the leg and all that stuff. I really like that shot where she hits the, and she has her shield and everything. It's really cool, cool moment. And then we shot this with Amy underwater, and it was tricky, you know, to film with Amy underwater. But she was a trooper, and she really hung in there and was able to hold her breath and be really under that kind of scary little thing there. And it's not easy to do. It's easy to panic, you know, when you're under a thing and you have to go out to breathe. So she did an amazing job. I mean, not just, she's an incredible actor and she's like one of the most talented people I know, but also physically to be able to do this kind of thing and then pretend like you're running out of air when you are physically running out of air. It's a difficult thing. You know, to really be trapped under that. And then this circles us back to this you are my world notion. The idea for me was always that if Superman, the thing that causes Superman to succumb to the anti-life equation at some point would be the death of Lois, because it would so off-put him that he would so upset him that he would be vulnerable to, like, you know, to the possibility of getting of this anti-life equation taking him over, because, like, you know, he would be so distraught. There's some crosses references, you know, we have a lot of, like, there's a massive, you know, even just in the, like, I'm a big fan of Tiepolo and I'm a big fan of, like, Renaissance paintings of, like, you know, crucifixion and, you know, Jesus descending the cross was a big inspiration for the lowering of him. And, you know, again, it's just as a way to sort of reinforce this sort of, you know, notion that, you know, Superman is some kind of sort of perceived as some sort of savior. See that look right there from Wonder Woman where she's like, all right, let's do this thing. And then, like, you know, gets the arm. She gets I-beamed, but still. And then this is how we, grew this spiky arm thing notion.